All right, everybody, this is kind of an interesting car. There's a little story behind it, which I'll tell you, but let me start you off by letting you know what it is. This is a 1999 Mercury Sable. I believe it's the LS model. It has all kinds of equipment, but check this out. See that? That is correct. It is just cracking 67,000 miles exactly. I know that mileage to be true, and here's a little bit of the story. This is the second time I have owned this car. I bought this car about 2 years ago from a dealer down in Jersey City, and I had it painted, and I'll explain that to you, but sold it to a friend of mine for her son. Well, he had it for 2 years, only put about 8,000 miles on it, and then he moved or whatever. Anyway, long story short, I ended up buying the car back from her. So this car actually does run like it's got 67,000 miles. That is legit. First of all, let me start her up for you. This car, in the coldest days we've had so far this year, has not let me down. It always starts, it runs good, and I want you to notice that that is correct. There are no check engine or warning lights. I mean, other than the one telling me to put my seatbelt on in this car. As I said, tons of equipment. All right, we're going to start with the power windows. Right rear, right front, come on around. Left rear does not seem to be working. And this is your driver's window, which is the most important one. That, of course, works. It does have a tilt and slide sunroof, as you can see. All right, the tilt part, there you go. Works just like it's supposed to. I don't know what happened here. There's no slidey thing. I don't know whether it's stuck back in there or what, but whatever. And it's missing the, what you call it here. But as you can see, the light does work. Okay. Leather interior, which as you can see, you know, especially for a 15-year-old car, is beautiful. It's in fantastic shape. Floor mats, radio. Let's check that out.
Loves to dance.
Okay, that works. It's been cold since I've had the car, but when I sold it originally, the air conditioner worked, and I was assured by my friend that owned the car that the air conditioner still works as well. Let's see, power mirrors. Let's do the left one. That works as it should. Right one, most important one to work. That works as it should. It has cruise control, automatic transmission, power seat. I'll show you all that stuff in a little bit. Airbags, of course. Power brakes, of course. Oh, horn. That works. Wipers. There you go. And they work. All right, let's move to the outside of the car. All right, here's your driver's door panel. As you can see, the whole car does represent itself the way it's supposed to. Power trunk release, which works. I mean, check this out. One way you can always tell a car, look at those pedals. Hardly any wear and tear on them. Why? Because it's got 67,000 miles. Here's your floor, not all worn out. So all these things show you that that is the true and accurate mileage. I know some people have a tough time believing it, but it's true. All right, power seat. Forwards, backwards, up, down. It's got lumbar, it's got tilt, everything. Here, look at this is your driver's seat. Look at how clean this baby is. And you know what's neat? See this? You pop that up, okay, and you pop this up, and bam, there's your cup holders and everything. I think that's always kind of a neat arrangement, the way that Ford and Mercury did that. Okay, I believe there's even a seatbelt in there. This probably is a 6-passenger car. All right, let's move around to the tires. Left front tire is in very good shape. I'm going to give that 85 to 90% of the tread left. All right, rear tire, same as the front, 85, 90, maybe even 95%. Move around to this side. Same as the other side, yep, probably 85, 90%. And this right front one, that's probably the weakest of all. That's probably 80%. And as you can see, I think I'm missing just one of the center caps. All right, as I said, I had this car painted 1.5 years, 2 years ago, whatever it was, and I am really shocked at how nicely this paint job is held up. It's actually very clean and very shiny, but let's go over the body. Right front fender, clean, shiny, no dents, no nicks. I see a little ding on the, this is the front, what do you call it, passenger door. let's open this up. And you can see inside, give you a little nice look here. This is your passenger seat. It is in beautiful condition, as it should be. All right, here's your headliner. Let's do the door. There's the door frame. I'm sorry, door jamb, excuse me. Here's your door frame. And as you can see, it's clean, meaning no rust. All right, let's do the roof on this side. As you can see, there's one little ding there. But other than that, clean and shiny. I love black cars because when they're clean, nothing looks better. There is a ding there. I actually remember that ding because the guy at the Mako who I had paint this car asked me if I wanted him to take it out. And I said, you know, for $200, I think I'll leave that little ding in there. All right, here's your door frame. Here's your back seat. As you can see, it's got the nice little fold-down armrest there for the rear seat passengers. And again, you can see how nice and clean the carpeting is, the leather. It's all in very good condition. Here's this door. I'm going to do this door frame. And once again, nice and clean. No evidence of any rust. Right rear quarter panel looks pretty darn nice. I see one tiny little ding, but other than that, not bad. Coming around to the rear bumper, hardly scratched at all, but I do see, you can see where actually it was painted over. There was some scratches. Like I said, I got this car out of Jersey City, so I probably painted it because it was probably all scratched up and it was a mess, but I want to let you know. Yeah, that is, it looks like also a fold-down seat. Plenty of room in this baby, all right? There is a spare tire in there. There it is. There's your tools and your jack. I guess I just don't have the thing to put it all together, or my guy was just too lazy to put the car back together. But anyway, as I said, it's a Mercury, and yes, there it is. It's definitely an LS. All right, let's close the trunk, and we'll step back, and you can see that trunk lid, beautiful condition. Left rear quarter panel, and bumper on this side, very good condition. Just the tiniest little rub mark right there. Coming up on top, this side of the roof looks to be in very good condition. All right, left rear door. As you can see, it's got a couple of little scratches on it, but not bad. Oh, let me hit the power door lock, or hit the door lock. Open this baby up. And we'll do, here's your door jamb. There you go. Here's your rear seat from this side. Nice, clean, as I said. All right, and of course, let's do, there you go. Very nice, very clean. Oh, one thing I didn't do, and I'll do that for you now, is I'll give you a view from underneath the car. You can hear the exhaust, as you should, because the car is running. And there's what she looks like underneath. Got her fogged up a little bit there, whoops. All right, moving along now. Here we go to, of course, the driver's door. Has the keypad to getting in. I don't know the code, but if you go to the dealer, you can get the code. All right. This door, I don't see any dings. Well, nope, there's one little ding there. No scratches, no dents. All right, do the door frame. Door jamb again. Oh man, I'm getting confused today. And of course, here we go. And once again, nice and clean and no evidence of any kind of rust on this car. And last but not least, left front fender. Looks like no dings, no dents, no scratches. Let's move around to the front. All right, the headlights look very nice and clear. The front bumper does have a couple of scratches and whatnots on it. Again, no used car is perfect, believe me. We'll go down a little lower. Let you take a look there. And let's go all the way underneath. And I don't know if there's a shield or something, but I'll let you see the best I can underneath there. Now, heart and soul of any vehicle absolutely is the engine and transmission. And I can promise you, this 24 valve V6 engine on this car runs fantastic. And you know what? It should. With that kind of mileage on it, this thing should run perfectly. Now, if I can figure out how to rev it up without getting hurt, I'll do that for you. There we go. And of course, you could hear, you don't have to be a mechanic to know this, there's no knocks, no taps, no Valvetrain noise, no lifter noise. no high rev knock. The car really does run like a 67,000 mile car. And of course, even the pistons work, which that's amazing for a 99. See those pistons that hold the hood open? They work fine. All right, close the hood up, step back, and you can see this is actually a really pretty, nice, sharp looking car. Let's check the hood out. Looks like something like bird poop was left on there for too long. Other than that, she looks pretty darn good. And the next thing we're gonna do is I'll take it for a ride so you guys can see how good she runs. All right, folks, we're gonna take it for a spin now, and I got a little buying tip for you, whether you purchase a car from me or not. Just one thing you always wanna do is make sure you see the car start when it's cold and when it's warm, because things can occur in between that time. Now, you guys saw me start it up, it was dead cold. All right, and now I'm about to start it up again, as it is, because now that the temperature has come up. All right, and as you can see, no issues starting it. The check engine light, none there. No warning lights, we're good to go. 4-speed, automatic overdrive transmission, front wheel drive. This is a very nice, very comfortable car to drive as well. All right, and here we go. Nice V6 power, which I like. And there you can see 50 miles an hour, boom, through all the gears, nice, smooth. This is going to be one heck of a nice low mileage car for somebody. All right, let go of the wheel, as you can see, tracking nice and straight down the road, no problems there. Yeah, this is, I just always like these Sables. For some reason I like the Sable better than the Taurus, and it's basically the same car. I just think the Sable was a little nicer design. And because it was Mercury, they had a little more equipment because, you know, it was a higher end car. Of course, they charged you more for it, but that's another story. All right, we'll turn around here. Oh my gosh, it's Christmas Eve at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I cannot believe how much traffic there is on the roads. And it's like, it's funny, as you watch the people go by, nobody looks happy. I mean, I'm happy, it's Christmas Eve, hey. You know, tomorrow's the birth of Christ, and here we are. Everybody's all miserable today. I don't get it. Anyway, that's my little political statement for the day. Probably shouldn't say that, but that's just the kind of guy I am. All right, as soon as traffic lets me in, we're going to head back to the lot, and we'll get going. All right, here we go. There you go, 50 miles an hour. I just really, I wasn't fully on the gas, but I gave it a lot of gas, and this thing takes off. Boy, does it run good. Just a thought, great car for the new driver. It's older, so if something happens to it, it's not like you have a lot of money in it, but it's safe, a lot of metal, comfortable, beautiful car. Next thing I'm gonna do is a brake test, and all that basically means is I'm gonna pull into this lot across the street from my place. I know where there's some gravel, and I am going to let go of the steering wheel and slam on the brakes. Keep your eyes on the steering wheel. That way you can see, you know, what the steering wheel does. And I'll kind of explain that after I do this. All right, let me pull in here. And there's one other thing I got to remember to tell you guys too. All right, here we go. Find my little gravel spot, let go of the wheel, and okay. Couple of things to notice. If you were watching the steering wheel like I asked, you'll notice it just jiggled a little bit like this. It's supposed to do that. That's a good sign. This car has anti-lock brakes. Very important, in my opinion, safety feature. In fact, I think it's one of the most. It helps you maintain control of the car in the event of a skid in the rain or bad weather. And it does work, and it works properly, as you just saw. And the other thing I want to tell you is there's something rattling around up top here. I have a suspicion it's the cover that's supposed to come under for the sunroof. For some reason, it must be stuck up in there, and when I just slammed on the brakes, I heard it all slide forward. So just so you know, that's what that was. Okay, let's do a little recap here. This is a 1999 Mercury Sable LS, loaded to the hilt with equipment, 67,001 miles now, and just everything you would expect of a 67,000 mile car. Yes, it's 15 years old, but you know what? If you can't get 100,000 miles out of this car, I think something's wrong. This is just a beauty. So let me take the camera off, see if I can do this without turning it off like I normally do. And what I'm going to do is take one more walk around the car so you guys can get a nice, better look at it. Ooh, that heat night works nice. Electronic climate control too. All right, let me hop out here. Close the door. Hopefully I won't lock myself out. And we'll just take a nice walk around. Like I said, this is the second time I've owned this car, and I believe it's in as good a shape now. Hold on a second. It's in as good a shape now, if not better, than when I sold it the first time. You know, naturally, of course, when I got it back, I had to do some repairs to it. You know, it was making some noises, and I had to do some front end work and whatnot, because I guess my friend's kid, you know, obviously he's a kid. So I had to do some stuff. But anyway, it is a safe car, good running car, great looking car, and I think best of all for my customers, it's going to be a very inexpensive car. Even though it's super low mileage, it's an older car, so you're going to get yourself one heck of a deal. Anyway, there we go, folks. That's it, and I hope that you guys have a Merry Christmas, and somebody's going to end up with a nice vehicle. Thanks.